What is up, guys? MACABESPEED coming at you. Early morning crack of dawn episode for you, following up the last episode we put out on the T9 from BINTAC. This great little pistol performed absolutely flawlessly for me the first time I had it out at the range. One thing I noticed it was lacking, though, was an absolute ability to stabilize the platform out in front of myself with no stock. As you can see, clearly we've rectified that today, right? We've rectified all of that today for you. Not only does it give you a stock, but it's also going to go ahead and put that red dot eye relief directly 100% perfectly in front of your retina, right? Like, I really tried to make sure that there wasn't going to be any dodgy fighting as far as trying to find that eye relief on your optic. That's something that I've seen in the past as far as the Human kits, where they try and add a stock to the rear of it and the eye relief is just off. I didn't want that to be the case with this platform, so I took some extra time to really line it up. Now, all the good intentions in the world won't make up for poor skill set, so we'll actually see how it all plays out today. But I do have the HoloSun titanium gold dot on there, and it's been absolutely exemplary for me for the whole span of ownership that I fully paid price tag point for. This is a great little optic. It's got the solar panel backup on it, it's got the shake awake on it, and it's got that gold dot precision. So even if you have a color blindness or some type of issue where you can't see either red or green, you're still going to be able to make out your reticle in almost every condition. One of the other questions that I've gotten ever since the last video dropped: do the HP Max the plastic non-aluminum magazines that we saw come with the HP Max platform, do they cycle in the BINTAC T9? I would like to find out today. I do have one aluminum mag left because I lost one of my aluminum mags, right? My workshop is a shithole. But I definitely have one of the factory aluminum mags left, so no matter what, we'll be able to get the good data, and as a cherry on top, we'll find out if these magazines that you might have sitting around at your house are workable for this platform. Let's load them up. Now, just for a quick reference, I am running the same general pellets that I ran last week because they ran really good for me. Also, I'm getting near the end of the tin, so I feel like I've done my job if I burn up all of them, right? That's the way a YouTuber's supposed to do it. Let's go ahead and see if she runs as good this week for us as she did last week. Do have my chronograph set up as well this time. Someone gave me a bunch of shit because I didn't give you as any energy numbers, but in the same sense, I was trying to give you the basic experience that every person just pulling it out of the box is going to get. They ain't setting up the chrony the first day. In addition to a YouTuber, I'm actually a real person, right? All right, first shot, gold dot, fire. 690 on the velocity, and that is so fucking loud. Everything went good there except for the volume level that I endured, right? Not that great of a volume level. I don't consider this backyard friendly. We're about 3,000 tethered PSI right now. And why are we at 3,000 PSI as opposed to 4,500? Because even though 4,500 is the nominal fill, this is a very average fill. I'm a very average person. There is nothing remarkable about me, so I felt like, you know what, that second string magazine, 3,000, 3,200 PSI, somewhere in that range, is going to give you what the real average, usable, mid-range power band looks like with this platform, not just the first 4 or 5 shots out of the magazine. Also, complete transparency, I blew up another compressor, so I can't really fill my tank right now. 673. 668. 656. 641. 640. 632. 624. Dry fire at the end. I don't like the dry fire. I don't like the dry fire. To me, the dry fire is not cool. But I will say this, having this extra kit back here to pull the bolt back on makes it significantly easier to reload my mag. Oh! I'm not even tethered. I have the hose hooked up, but there's no pressure. So that's the whole magazine from 3,000 down to 2,100 PSI. Not bad. That's not bad. That's so much more usable average pressure than I thought I was going to get. Hell yeah, good test. Now tethered. Now tethered. Good job, dog. Way to go. Fuck, way to go. Let's see if it holds stable. Will it hold stable pressure now? Likely. I like this little gun, man. This is cool. This one's actually cool. The trigger is not bad. The shot cycle, you can tell, bugs are horrible today. The shot cycle is really cool to the fact where you can feel it reset. You know it's going to go bang, as opposed to the S45. You squeeze it sometimes and there's nothing there. This is a good little platform. I like this one. I also like the fact that 8 out of 8 shots with a gold dot, I was able to connect on that plate at 25 yards, where I was making like 1 shot out of 8 just where I was making like 1 shot out of 8 last week intuitively, where I was making like 1 shot out of 8 last week just intuitively looking down my iron sights. This is good, man. This is really good. 3100 PSI. Let's see if she'll get through another magazine and have a more stable shot cycle. Using the kit itself to pull my bolt back here. Making sure this thing's fully seated. She goes home. Kit's good. This is the first time I've had it out to the range, and I'm expecting it's like the rest of my life it's gonna break, but this seems pretty good. 696. 682. 690. 688. Duplicate 688. 687. Duplicate 687. I think that's all of them. I was counting my shots this time. It is all of them. Good. I'm paying more attention than I typically do, and it's giving me dividends. Just as a little verification for you, because I can't make this up. Last called reading, 687 duplicate. Actual reading, 687 duplicate. No matter what, you're getting the straight dope here. All right, that's good. So we've already gone ahead now and sussed out our energy. Let's go ahead and see now if these HP Max mags will cycle equally as well as this CNC mag did earlier. Not going to sit here and tell you I have like calibrated fingertips and I could tell the spring pressure between the two. I can't. I will say this though. Because the bolt does come open during the shot cycle to facilitate semi-automatic functionality, there is the possibility that this magazine may not endure the pressure and might explode. I have safety glasses on. My eyes are covered. That's the takeaway. But I am going to do this away from my face so that if the magazine does let go, which is possible, doesn't do it in my moneymaker, right? Using my thumb for leverage on the kit, putting the magazine in, goes home. Same as the CNC mag. Away from your face. Safety on, safety off. Something happened. It didn't like that. Something happened. And I think there's 2 seeds gone. There's 1 seed gone. I got 119 feet per second though. So it actually is gone. Okay. Okay. The fuck? 677. 679. 690. Duplicate 690. 678. Duplicate 678. And I do think I'm counting my shots right as 8 rounds down range. Nailed it. I'm doing better today, guys. I'm doing better. I really wanted to bring some attention to detail to this review because that one comment that I got about not bringing a good review to the table with no energy, no optics, no anything, I try to brush off as much of it as I can, but that one got through the armor. I was like, oh, damn. Maybe people really just don't like me. I'll do better next time. Here I am doing better. Let's answer the next question online for us today. Do these Predator polymags also fit the magazine? I don't know. Let's check it out. They're really long. That's the problem. It's not like they're a different caliber or a different diameter or a different anything like that. They're just exquisitely long rounds. Check it out. I don't think that's making it. No way. Way too tall. All right. Another question brought to the table, another question answered for you. I'm bringing valid points to the table and knocking them down today. Let's continue. Next question I want to answer for you guys, is it accurate at 25 yards with some run-of-the-mill slugs? Say you don't want to go ahead and buy the JSB special pellets. You want to go ahead and get Jim's Texoma 102 grain 356 caliber. Let's try them. Back in the CNC mag, because I want to kind of eliminate the variables. When you have a new ammunition, it's only fair to the ammunition to try and keep it in the stuff you know is recommended by the factory, like the magazines. I think it's cool that we get this kind of functionality too out of it at only 3,100 PSI, because that's very, very, very usable. We proved it in that first segment where I didn't have the valve turned on, that it absolutely will get through an entire magazine from 3,000 PSI, no problem, with power, with good stable shot string. Let's load up the second one, even though we did have that weird issue on the first shot. It didn't break, so I'm gonna keep using it. I'll say this though. If you look at last week's footage where I was missing fairly consistently from the same distance on the same target, to be able to simply add a stabilizing kit as well as a good optic like that HoloSun Gold Dot and then do remarkably better, have not missed the plate one time except for that weird, 118 FPS shot, that's pretty good evidence. I do retract what I said last week about this not being potentially good for hunting, because I feel like with this optic and kit on it, I couldn't miss a rabbit at 25 yards. Got 102 grains, Jim's Texoma Precision Pellet slugs. Good to go, they go home good. Safety does work. Hit her, 461 though, we really dropped the velocity low. 607. What is up with that first shot? Kind of giving a shit. That's the second magazine we've seen a significantly lower velocity on the first shot. I don't know what that is. 601. 595, getting some spall effect down there. 606. 602, 605, 612. That is all of them. That is all of them. I wish these mags locked me out. My magazines will lock you out, guarantee it. Still right at 3,000 PSI. This big tank doesn't really deplete that quickly. Continue. 606, good on that first shot that time. 607. 599. 184, weird reading. 617. 605. 601. So 100 grains is going to go 600 feet per second on average with 3,000 PSI in the tank. It's pretty stout. Let's throw the energy right here. I'm actually really impressed. This is 2 episodes in a row that this tiny little compact carbine has absolutely performed for us. I haven't had to do anything to it. I haven't had to break out the tools. I haven't had to do anything to it other than give it air and ammunition, and it's pretty much chooched along and done so in a significantly better fashion this week than last. That's a path of progress, guys, and I'm really happy to see it. I think I only have about one more question left to answer in this episode. If I move to 50 yards and use 1 magazine of pellets tethered and 1 magazine of slugs tethered, what's going to be my total grouping result having seen what I've seen so far? Let's get right into it. So this has been a pretty good episode so far. I've been pretty happy with this. We have a very thin sheet of plywood, and I like super thin plywood like this because it shows exactly where the impact is. Should be a really good representation of pellets and slugs. I'm going to try for pellets here and slugs here. So we'll see, right? We'll see. Slugs here. Pellets. Breech. Good to go. Home. Make sure everything is tight. Everything looks good. I hope it doesn't that weird first shot thing. Hope I'm hitting it. I think that's 8. That's 8! I'm getting better at the counting thing. I can count, right? I'm so proud of you. Wow, okay. So I'm all over the place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not great. Next up, slug test. I think that's 8. It is! Ow, my fucking finger. Don't let go of the bolt when your finger's in there. It's gonna not, it won't bang into your finger like the S45 will, but it'll leave some grease. I don't know, how'd I do? Footage will tell it, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hit what I was aiming for. Ultimately, what more can I ask? Alright guys, I'm really starting to feel good about BINTAC's T9. This thing hasn't let me down in 2 solid episodes, and I've done absolutely nothing to it except feed it over 100 rounds so far. I didn't miss what I was aiming at one single shot off any ammunition we tried at 25 yards once we added this stabilizing stock kit and a red dot optic. The velocity was stable, the energy was good, the ammunition was cheap, so it's like, I don't know, it sounds like a winner all the way around to me no matter how you look at it. It's gonna be a great place to go ahead and end today's episode, but if you like today's episode, give it a big fat thumbs up. You want to see more content like this? Make sure you subscribe for more with that notifications button so you can stay current on channel updates as well as when these videos come out. If you really like what you saw today, pushing the edge of the envelope, turning a pistol into an SBR and giving you some accuracy, make sure you share it so that other people could see it, and I'll catch you in the next one.